Good morning, everybody. This is Jamie with Sweet Pickins. I wanted to come on and do a DIY with you guys. It is a giftable DIY, so for your neighbor, for your coworker, for just because someone in a nursing home, you know, your mom, just something special. It doesn't cost a lot of money and it doesn't take a lot of time. So let's get started. All right, these are the items that you are going to need, and I am going to have links below for you guys to, if you want to just order online, you could totally do that. You're going to need a cake mix, any mix you would like. I wanted vanilla, French vanilla. You're going to need some twine. You're going to need your glue gun and glue sticks. You're going to need a wooden spoon, and you're going to need some kind of ruler. I like my L-shaped ruler. I use this all the time because I know everything is straight. So we're going to use the L-shaped ruler, and you could get any kind of little sprigs. You could get real lavender. These are just little faux lavender pieces you guys can see. And, or if you don't want to do that, do some daisies or whatever you've got around the house. You can pretty much do anything. You could do some greenery from outside that's real. These are just some little fake pieces. You are going to need a Sharpie and a pencil or pen. You're going to need something to cut your sprigs with. And so this is actually needle nose and a wire cutter into, two things in one. So you're going to need that, and you're going to need your shears. You're going to need a couple tags. You can make your tags. You can just use, sacks. You guys can use wrapping paper. You guys can pretty much use like a cute index card. You guys can use anything. I just have these two. I wanted two. You don't have to necessarily have two. I just have big handwriting, so I'm going to have two. And then this is the main part, is you're going to need a drop cloth. Now you can buy drop cloths anywhere. These are traditional paint drop cloths. You get a lot for your money because you get so much fabric, and we could do so many projects with this. So you're going to want to cut up your fabric. So I've actually pre-done that. So what we are going to do, this just helps to the video to go along a little bit faster. So whatever size you want to do. For my size, I took my L ruler here, and I did 12 inches long by 7 inches across. Okay, it seemed to be the perfect size. So that's why you're going to need a ruler. It's the only thing you're going to need a ruler for. Okay, so let's get this stuff out of the way. What I did is I cut two pieces just like this. Okay, now when you're just using a drop cloth, you're going to obviously use the sides. Well, the sides have got double stitching, and the fabric is folded over, so it's a little more hardy. So we're going to use this for the top just because it looks really pretty. Okay, so let's get started on what you're going to need to do first. Okay, very simple. No sew, we're not sewing. You're going to take your glue gun, and you're just going to run a bead, actually like a string, not a ton of glue, along the sides, and you're going to line it up. So you're making your sack enclosed. Okay, I always tell you guys, just pat, don't smush. You can eventually smush, but just pat, just because that's going to make it to where the glue doesn't completely fall out. Okay, so we're going to do 3 sides. And then if we need to do any trimming, because remember, drop cloths are not, they're not the best of quality of fabric, but I love that because it's more of that vintage inspired farmhouse look, and I love that. So if it's not perfect, what we'll do is once we get it glued, we'll kind of do some trimming. It should be almost perfect if you used a ruler. Okay, so remember guys, don't smush this down, just kind of pat it. And remember, this is almost like a waffle material, so your glue will come through, so be very careful you don't burn your fingers on that. Okay, so it's just a tiny bit off right here, just a tiny bit, and it's probably the way I glued it. So I'm just gently taking off the sides so they match up. Okay, and then we're going to glue that third side. So you do the bottom and then the 2 sides. Just a continuous bit of glue would be fantastic. keeps it even. Okay, so remember, the top is open. So let's go down here, and I'm just going to trim up any little pieces that are kind of hanging off. So it's just a little maintenance work. You know, these little pieces that stick out, you just want to trim those off. And this is going to fray, but that's actually the look that you want to go for, because it's very farmhousey, rustic farmhouse, kind of old and vintage feeling. We're going to be doing a lot with drop cloths because I have this humongous drop cloth here, so we're going to be doing lots of projects. So when you buy one, I know you're going to say, you only need 12 inches and I'm buying a whole drop cloth. Don't worry, we're going to do lots of projects. Okay, so just make sure that all your sides are good, everything's cut, and your tops are open, okay? Your top is open. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your cake mix and you're gonna open up your cake mix. And you know your cake mix comes like this, and you just add the ingredients. So this, before we get rid of your box, this is where these tags come in, okay? You're gonna take your tag, you're gonna set this aside and wait for this to dry. You're gonna take your Sharpie and your tag, and you're gonna write down what you need to add to your cake mix. So in this case, you need to add 1 cup of water, half a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. So I'm gonna write that down really quick. I'm just gonna write just add, and I did ... and we're gonna say 1 cup water, 3 eggs, and a half a cup of vegetable oil. Okay, so that's it. That's all you need to do. So it's just the ingredients, okay? So then on the back of this, I want you guys to write. I want you to look down here and say, okay, how long does this need to cook? So we're gonna just assume that they're doing like a 13 by 9. Okay, let's just assume they're doing a 13 by 9. You know, we always all just kind of guess a little bit because we kind of tweak it or we use a different pan. I have very few 13 by 9s. I kind of have mismatched, just kind of ceramic pieces that are always different shapes. So I kind of just wing it. And so by looking at all these, I'm just kind of taking a general. So we're going to do, let's see, and it needs to cook for 350 for 28 to 33 minutes. So what we're going to put is we're going to put 13 by 9 pan, and we're going to put bake on 350 for 28 to 30 minutes. Okay, so on one side you're going to put the ingredients, on the other side you're going to put the baking instructions. It's just that simple. So this is a French vanilla. So what we're going to do with our other tag is we're going to put, we could just put a little spin on it too. We could do Farmhouse French vanilla cake mix. We could do something like that. You could just, or you could do rustic. You could do any fun little something. So let's do Farmhouse French vanilla cake mix. And then you could just add a little, you know, little fun little dots or something fun to this. So that's all you're going to write on here. And then here's the instructions. So we're just going to attach these so that they know what they're cooking. They know what ingredients they need and how to cook it. Okay? That's simple. All right. And so on the back of the other tag that says French vanilla cake mix, you can always write the back to and from, or I love you, or thank you for being a great neighbor, or I appreciate you, whatever. So you do have the back that's blank. Okay, so now we're going to set these aside. So take your cake mix, and we're going to just kind of put this down in here. And I want it to be a little more snug, so you could do this bag any size you want. That was the size that I had. See, this is cute, like a little grain sack. Okay, so then we're gonna just take our twine, And we're just gonna cut a really long piece. You don't need to do this. This is all kind of winging it. You do what you want. I just like several different wraparounds. Okay, so you're just gonna wrap it around and then you're going to tie it. Okay, and we could just wrap it around one more time, just so we know it's really secure. Okay, so see how this is? Is this looking super cute? Okay, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our wooden spoon. We're gonna write a little message on the wooden spoon. This is just a little after fact, and it's probably not gonna stay for very long, but it's just a little something. So I'm gonna take my Sharpie and my wooden spoon, all right? And we're just gonna write made with love and a little heart. Okay, so that's all we're gonna do. Easy, simple. That's not something you have to do, but it's just a little something, okay? So I want to make sure this cake mix is not going to fall out. So that's why we're going to do a couple layers of twine. All right, so now we're going to take a little more twine. There is a hole in your wooden spoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're just going to make it even. All right, so here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it, you know, I think, okay, you know, we're actually, okay, you can use this. I really like my wooden spoon sitting straight up instead of down. So if you use it, you have to do it down. So I changed my mind, and that's okay. You guys can kind of do what you want. It would be more secure if you use the hole, but I don't necessarily like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we wrap this around. So before we tie it, we're gonna take a couple of our sprigs here of our lavender, and we're just gonna kind of tuck them down in. And these don't have to be this long. They can be shorter if you would like. It's not mandatory. It's not a total set in stone. And then we're just, and make sure that's secure, and we're just gonna do a little bow. So if you look at this, you've got lots of layers of bows, lots of layering, so it just looks so incredibly pretty. And then don't forget your tag. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you put what the mix is that you're doing. So here we're doing the French vanilla cake mix on the top, and then on the back here, there's instructions on how to cook and what to use. So what you're gonna do is what to use is gonna be on the top, instructions are gonna be on the back. So you're just gonna take some of your jute, put it through your tags, and then you're just gonna add this. And because I don't wanna add another bow to the front, we're just gonna do this in the back. So, this is it, guys. See how easy and simple and inexpensive this was? Such a cute little idea, and wouldn't you love to get something like this? This has a very vintage farmhouse rustic feel to it. I just absolutely love this. So I'm gonna link down below where you guys can find all the things that I used, but it's just really easy, and it's just something nice to give away, and it just makes you feel good. So I hope this inspired you guys. Don't forget, this is Jamie with Sweet Pickins. Make sure you tell your friends about my page. They can find me at Sweet Pickins Reno on Instagram and Facebook. You also can contact me at sweetpickinsreno@AOL.com. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you guys back on my live DIYs soon. So we'll be doing live DIYs, and I'm also starting a new little segment called Inspire in 5. So watch the page to see what that's all about. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this inspired you to want to give a little gift away. Thanks, guys.